I am eating 1,200 calories a day to lose weight, but I've hit a fat loss plateau and my glutes are flat, but I'm too scared to eat more. What do I do? I have the solution. So in last week's video, we talked about a common issue that people run into when they cut their calories down too low. This week, we're going to discuss what to do if your metabolism has adapted to really low calories and you're stuck and unable to lose body fat. By fixing this issue, you're gonna be able to lose fat more efficiently and shape and define your physique. As I've mentioned in past videos, your glutes are made up of muscle and fat. So this means that when you're aiming to lose body fat, you need to try to lose mostly body fat and minimal muscle, as much little muscle loss as possible. How do you do that? By eating enough protein and calories to fuel your workouts and give you a lot of energy and prevent muscle loss. Okay, but if I'm eating more calories to fuel my glutes, how will I lose weight as well? Don't I need to be in a calorie deficit? If I'm already eating 1,200 calories and not losing weight or gaining muscle, how is that gonna work? This is where reverse dieting comes in, and we're gonna go over that in more detail shortly. So, since you're saying that you want to lean out and shape your glutes, your goal is basically to make a body recomposition. So what that is it means you're losing fat, but also trying to gain muscle and strength at the same time. So when this is the goal, you're not gonna see major changes on the scale, or you might not see major changes on the scale, but physically, you'll see changes. You'll notice your clothes fitting differently, your measurements will change, you'll shape and tone your physique. So that's when all the really great changes are gonna be really noticeable. So when you're reverse dieting, the key is to make slow increases to your calories over time, and this is gonna allow your body to adapt. So you're not gonna gain unwanted body fat. You're not just like, whoa, what are all these calories? It's little by little, and then you can increase your calories and slowly increase your metabolism along with it. Now, the key here though is you have to make sure that you have a proper training routine, because if you're just going in and doing any old workouts, you're not really gonna give your body, it's not gonna be able to grow and shape muscle. So you wanna make sure you're doing primarily compound movements while focusing on progressive overload, which just means getting stronger over time. I've gone into a lot more detail with this in a couple of my other videos, so they are going to be linked below. So check those out for more details on how to set up a proper training routine to get the best results out of your reverse dieting process. So I've actually had clients that consistently lost body fat through their entire reverse diet. I have a client named Marley, and she started at, I think, 1,400 calories and went all the way up to 2,300 calories, and she leaned out quite a bit throughout the process, which is insane. That's like best case scenario there. I'm definitely not saying that that's gonna happen for everybody, but you can still see some good differences. Like my client Daniela, she reversed up to, I think, around 2,000 to 2,100 calories, and she did slowly lose weight throughout the process, and then towards the end, she started maintaining, and that's when we knew, okay, we're gonna stop here, and then eventually she went back into a deficit, but she still leaned out through the process. Now, worst case scenario, I wouldn't really, as long as you're going slowly, you're probably not gonna gain body fat because you're going slowly, you're so in control here. So let's say you stay the same in terms of body fat, but you would be gaining lean muscle, which will increase your metabolism, again, build up those muscles underneath the fat, and then you'll have an easier time losing fat and getting into a calorie deficit because you've worked your calories up higher and your metabolism has adapted. So it's still a win-win situation and a really good long-term strategy. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about setting up your reverse diet. So this process this is all written out in my reverse dieting ebook that you get when you sign up for my Knockout Body Elite Coaching Program. So we're gonna start with step 1. Now we're gonna but we're gonna show an example of a very cautious, slow approach. So like this person, they just wanna take it as slow as possible. So keep that in mind. So let's say the starting calories were 1,200 calories. And since we're only making a little increase, we can start with anywhere from 50 to 100 calories, and we're gonna do 50. So we're gonna go up to 1,250 calories. That's it, that's week 1. So then we're gonna stick with that. And some individuals may wanna start with more, but for this example, 50. All right, so then step 2, you've stuck with that for the week, and now you're gonna assess your progress. If things are going well, and that means that you feel like you're either maintaining, maybe even leaning out a little bit, if things are going well, you can make another increase. So let's say things are going well, so then we go up to 1,300 calories. And then you just keep repeating that process. So the next week, you assess your progress again. Okay, it's looking good. Let's go up to 1,350. And then week 4, still doing good, so we're gonna go up to 14. Now keep in mind, you may see some fluctuations when you're doing this, so that's why you definitely don't wanna just rely on the scale. You wanna go by pictures and measurements as well. So if you have a little bit of fluctuations though, don't freak out, just keep going, let your body settle and adjust, and then just take it from there. So yeah, week 5, still feeling good. So you know what, let's try an 100 calorie increase this time. So we do that, 1,500. Okay, and then we get to week 6, and we're actually still feeling really good. We're feeling lean, we're feeling tight, we're feeling energetic. So we're gonna go up to 1,550. Now, week 7, you're assessing your progress, and you're like, I'm not sure. I may feel like maybe I'm gaining a bit of body fat, but probably not. But just to be safe, I'm gonna stay at 1,550 calories. So you stay at 1,550. Sorry, my writing is messy. You stay at 1,550, and then the next week, feeling good again, 1,600. You feel like you're still progressing, you're seeing some improvements, 1,650. And then go along, and then maybe by now, maybe for you, like this is getting a little up there, so maybe now you'll keep slowing it down. So this time we'll also stay at 1,700 the next week because we're not sure. And then by week 12, we'll make another increase, 1,750. And then let's say by this point, you're starting to see maybe a little bit of fat gain, just a little tiny bit, or even just a major slowdown for your fat loss. Either way, let's just say now you're like, okay, this is where we're gonna stay. So then you would stick to this for at least 4 weeks. You wanna give your body time to adapt, and then eventually you could move back into a deficit. The next steps you take do really depend on the individual, where you're at in your journey, what you've done previously, and a ton of other variables. But this is like the overall basic explanation of a reverse diet, where you're just slowly increasing week at a time, slowly increasing week by 50 to 100 calories, roughly. So it's easy to feel impatient when you're going into a reverse diet because you're like, oh, I want to be leaner, I don't want to take this time to increase calories, blah, 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 blah. But when you think about it, 12 weeks going from 1,250 calories to 1,750 and actually seeing results, or at least setting yourself up for better results, that's not that much time. So that's really, really great progress. So just keep that in mind, that this is a lifestyle and something you're going to be doing for the long term. So doing things like this that may feel like not as fun necessarily, or not as like quick to get results, it's very, very worth it. Yay! So just always remember that. And stay tuned for next week's video, which is all about 5 crucial habits that are going to improve your fat loss results. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And that is it for this video. If you guys think that you need help at all with your fat loss or your reverse dieting process, feel free to send me an email and we can discuss options for coaching. That information is in the description box below. And that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!